drink some water on that one. And we are live. My bad.
It's quite alright. It's quite alright.
Oh, man. Terrible.
Come on, man. Yo, MoneyPot about to start.
I know, I'm coming, man.
Yeah, grab your notepad, man, for real.
Man, dog, fuck it, man. Come on.
Yeah, man, they be spitting shit, man.
True.
Yeah.
Side guy, nigga.
MoneyPot, money talk. All they do is talk facts. Bird gang. All they do is talk stats. 360 on the new view. Go run, tell the ad. 40-yard dash time. Moss Money Podcast time. S.co headlines.
MoneyPot. Please excuse my voice, but of course it's the homie, Money, Moss, Money. Excuse me, man. I'm a little under the weather, man. Got some drugs in me, so excuse me, y'all. MoneyPot Podcast, Moss, Money. We here for another one. Of course, I got my right-hand man with me, the homie, Steve-O.
It's good, Moss.
Man, I'm trying, man.
Sound a little bad, but
It's all good. A little terrible, not bad, just terrible.
it's life, man.
So we back for week 13, week 12. I've been keeping a running count of where we are per our bets overall, best bets. Not the greatest. I'm trying to think. I didn't write down week 12. I did go back and check. I think I went 2-1 in best bets. So over the last 2 weeks, I'm 4-2 in my best bets. I have to go back and look at the overall, but I think we're clipping a little over 50%, which is not where we want to be. Last year, the first year of the podcast, we were sitting at about around 58-59%, which is where most professional bettors are. So we were right there holding our own in the first year. This year we're taking it's just been a wild year, man.
Yeah, it's been a lot of crazy games,
Like the underdogs that were killing right in the beginning, and now the favorites are taking over the last couple of weeks. I think they've been hitting at like over 60%, which is, everything.
That's where you need to be. Right?
Yeah, and then I'm looking at Twitter. I'm looking at all the outlets, and the books are taking a beating right now because the favorites just keep killing. They said they would have cried if Green Bay would have lost, like if the Steelers would have covered.
Right.
Because if you look at every week, the favorites have been covering easy too.
There's a couple, last week that didn't, which killed me, was the Jags.
Right. But I'm talking about
But for the most part, yeah, like you said, they've been hitting on all cylinders.
on all cylinders. Crazy. So we also got into the Super Contest. So the Super Contest is probably the biggest sporting betting contest that they have in the States. So what it is it's a field of, I think this year was like 2,400 people in Vegas, and you bet you pick 5 games against the spread The spread comes out on Wednesday, so it's a different spread than what we go over today. The lines are kind of a little bit adjusted. And MoneyPot Podcast did jump in the contest. In the beginning, I don't know. I felt like I jinxed myself a little bit in the beginning. But we were 5 places from first place out of the first, I think, like 5 or 6 weeks. And then we hit a rough patch. And now we're kind of like in the middle of the pack. I know we're over 500. Over 500 and record-wise, but I stopped kind of looking at the record because we faded.
Right.
So, but we still, we still try to put ourselves in the best position. We still, want to go against the best and anybody that's out there who is betting as well. So, hopefully, we'll get some money back on the return investment, and if not, there's always next year, man. We put a lot of hours, we put a lot of, time into getting this podcast up and trying to give people the best locks and best picks and give them, the best advice that we can. And, there's just some years this is not your year sometimes. And it just kind of sucks because this is year 2. We felt like we had a good show going on, had some good push. Especially in the beginning, we had some good buzz going on. And, sometimes, the picks just don't follow through. But it's all good, man. We're going to stay positive.
Absolutely.
Week 13. Yeah, week 13. We did have some good prop bets that, we didn't capitalize on. But I know we put out there Wentz for MVP before. Right. And I know we said something about the rematch if it was a prop bet, Eagles versus Patriots. Yeah, so there's a couple gems that we did drop that's looking like that's going to, that might hit and might cover. I wish we would have bet it, though, early. So let's get into some news across the league, across all sports. What's up with this Brown and Philly thing, man? We did this last year, I believe. We put it on the MoneyPot Podcast Instagram with I think it was a picture of Bron in the Philly Jones, right in front of the City Hall building. And I know I don't think he spoke on it per coming to Philly, but he spoke just, obviously, he had his comments about Carson Wentz, obviously, the Ben Simmons comparison, as always.
I don't think it's nothing to read into, to be honest.
Right.
I don't see, I mean, if I had to take a guess or make a bet, I would bet that he wouldn't come here.
Okay.
Only reason is, the market here is not good.
Right.
It's not a good market. He can get the money anywhere.
Yeah. Is he a hired gun at this point? So what's a scenario where he leaves Cleveland? If they win, does he leave?
I don't think so. If they win, I don't think he leaves.
If they lose, does he leave?
There's a possibility, strong possibility. Now, I think what'll have to happen is it's contingent upon what moves they make before the trade deadline, how they look with Isaiah Thomas.
Is he a free agent after this year?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
So,
what about Wade? Did Wade sign a 1-year deal too?
Yeah, Wade got a 1-year
deal. Crowder's
under contract because he was with the Celtics, so he's under contract, I think, for like another 2 years.
And then what about, excuse me, what about Love? Love's got what?
Yeah, Love just got a deal last year.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so he'll be here
for a while.
For a while, okay.
Yeah, so I just,
So what motivates him? Is it chips? Because he came after he won the one. He said, it's chasing the ghost, right? Chasing the ghost of Michael Jordan.
Right. Yeah, that he'll never catch it, but
yeah.
I mean, like ring wise, no, but statured and just what he does, I think he will surpass Michael Jordan. Just in
as in his imprint on the game.
Imprint on the game, his influence on it, and just because of what he does outside of the game.
That's what I think. I think that because he, especially with social media, he touches so much more. It's hard to say he touches more than Jordan. Because Jordan.
No, he does. It's not hard to say.
But Jordan was so international, though.
No, he touches more than Jordan because he speaks on the things that Jordan didn't speak on.
He touches more of the youth.
No, I'm talking about period. Just Americans, like just period.
That's hard to say, man, because when Mike went overseas, everybody knew who Mike was.
When LeBron goes overseas, everyone knows who he is.
I know, but
It's not.
But we have social media, right? We have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Facebook.
I think without that, they would still know who he is.
Of course, yeah, because they see basketball.
I mean, he's a megastar. He's the top star in the league.
Right.
So, wherever he goes, they know who he is. But I'm just saying, like, what he does, outside of basketball, he has the production company. He has the sports agent business. He has
his foundation just got, I think, approved for the schools,
the
right?
school in Akron. He just has so much that he touches everybody in different. Like he has the show The Wall. It's on NBC, I believe.
Yeah, he does have a.
He has the one on what is it? Survivor's Remorse on HBO.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's his and that's been at least 3 years now.
Right, yeah.
So just what he does outside of basketball, I think he surpasses Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, his sneakers is always going to keep him around.
Of course,
that's nothing you're going to ever touch him with that. But him coming to Philly, I just don't know. I don't see the need for him here.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want him to take you to the chip, of course. That's the deal.
Yeah, and that's why I asked the question: is he a hired gun at this point? You know what I mean? Is he? I mean, you put Brown on your team, you're going to the chip more likely.
No, yeah. 9 times out of 10.
You're going
especially
to
on
the
the East.
Yeah.
He goes to the Sixers. The Sixers are in the finals.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and he's there to.
And then you do JJ Redick. You give him 1 year deal for like $30 million.
Yeah, and then you have LeBron to help
Simmons.
Yeah. But do you need him because he helps Simmons regardless outside of.
He does.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He helps Simmons on an off season.
It's different on the court though.
Yeah, he just spoke on Simmons too. He said he believes Ben Simmons has the opportunity to be better than him.
He has the qualities. He has the skill set. If he keeps maturing, I think he can be close. He's got to work on his jumper though, man. He's got to develop a shot.
Yeah, I mean, but let's be honest. LeBron, when he first came in, that was the same thing.
It wasn't as bad as this though.
No, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
But then we're talking as well. LeBron was 18 coming into the league.
Yeah, and it's funny too. Even though they're different body types, they were the same pretty much size. And when Bron came in, there's Bron was sick.
Build,
yeah, no, he was just as heavy. He was like 230, 240.
No, I'm saying smaller build from what he is now.
Yeah.
Smaller build than what he was. 6'9". They both fly. Can run.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy instincts.
So I mean,
does he retire in 2 or 3 years?
No.
I feel Jim Brown-esque.
I'd give him 4. Another 4 strong years in the league.
19 years.
Now what he does after that, I don't know.
I mean, it's not like he's got miles though, man. 15 years is a.
He has miles, absolutely.
And was he 33?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I give him another strong 4 years. Colt was the same way though.
Yeah, but see, I think that he does, since he does so much outside of basketball, and he's already got the chip. He's already breaking records. He's already climbing charts. I don't know. I mean, obviously, we're only guessing, but does it motivate him? Does it really motivate him to keep going? I don't.
I just think his love for the game is what motivates him.
He just doesn't. It's hard. I can't say it because it's different. Because we grew up with Mike. We grew up with Kobe, and obviously we're growing up with Bron, and his passion for the game is obviously just as strong. But they're just competitiveness. It's different than Bron's competitiveness. As just you're watching it, right? You're watching the game, and just because Bron has always been a pass first guy,
right?
So his competitiveness is different than theirs.
Yeah, and I think it's just his. That's why I said I think his imprint on the game is totally different than theirs as well. Kobe Bryant had the killer instinct. He had the Mamba.
Yeah, right.
LeBron, what he does is he brings the best out of the guys around him.
Right,
he makes everyone else around him play just as hard as he is. And you know, that motivates them to bring out the best in their game. Like you see it with some of the guys he's played with, and you're like, they're scrubs, but dang.
I mean, the same thing with Mike.
Yeah. But see,
Luke
Mike
Longley,
yeah.
Pennington.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Mike was a guy that got his guys involved and got the best out of them. They just was
Pieces.
They just rode the wave, a lot of them.
Yeah, well, that's a good wave to ride.
Absolutely.
So, moving to football now, some more news. I know people have seen that the NFL is going to pledge
The $89 million.
I thought it was 100. Was it 89?
Nah, it's $89 million for 7 years.
For 7 years?
Yeah.
So, Michael Jenkins will not be demonstrating during the national anthem on Sunday, and a lot of people call him a sellout for this one.
I don't think so. I think,
and
like rightfully so, like he said his job was to bring
awareness,
yeah. And to, you know, get the owners on board to. I mean, how can you call someone a sellout to just help get them?
Like 90 million.
Pretty much 90 million to Negro College Fund. It was a couple different.
So I guess it's because now he's getting in line. Like, okay, like here we'll give you this. Okay, now do your job, boy. You know, type deal. And
so it said that 25% of the funds to United Negro College Fund, 25% to the Dream Corps, and 50% to the Players Coalition.
Right. So
it's like, I mean, if that was his whole
that's what I said.
Then you can't call him a sellout. Like,
if that was your goal,
right,
to get somebody or anyone to invest or put back into what your platform is, and why you're demonstrating or protesting,
and just get them to hear you out. That, to me, what he did, it definitely caught their eye. They had meetings with them. They had sit downs. He's had sit downs with the police here in Philadelphia. So
his Twitter excerpt. He says, I don't anticipate demonstrating this week simply because I felt like when I started demonstrating, my whole motivation was to draw awareness to the desinformation of people, communities of colors, and justices around the country, our criminal justice system. And obviously, through this year and talking with the league and what they kind of propose, I feel like has presented a bigger and better platform to continue to raise that awareness and continue to fluctuate positive change. Not only with the money that they put up, because I think that's probably the least important part of the deal, but with the resources and platform that they propose to build. Excuse me, y'all. We've seen what they've done with breast cancer awareness, salute to service, those things. So to allocate resources to a campaign in the matter that's bigger, I think it's significant, and it haven't been done before. So I look forward to playing a part and using that to continue to draw awareness to real people, real stories in our communities, to raise up these grassroots organizations that need support to do the work, to continue drawing awareness around solutions that people can take a part of to actually make the change that we're going to see. And that's what he wrote for his reasoning for not demonstrating.
And I'm okay with that.
This week. So.
And the thing about it is, he don't owe anyone an explanation.
No, he doesn't.
Like, he owes no one an explanation. We've seen him go out in the trenches, even for the Meek Mill situation.
Right.
He was out there with the protests.
Right.
He speaks on so much. I mean, it's not that he's going to stop what he's doing. He's not stopping to spread the awareness to the communities and to help out in the communities. He's stopping his demonstration, which is fine.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Steve. I see. I saw what some folks think about. As soon as he got the money, he kind of sold out. But let's be honest. The NFL is a machine, and it's a media machine. So think about the Super Bowl. If he gets them to put some type of campaign or some type of commercial during the Super Bowl, that shows about the injustices in the criminal system, the injustices around the country, the things that are happening with communities of color. just that awareness to that many people, I mean, you win right there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think he wins already because it's a big deal.
It is.
To get the owners to buy in. It's not okay. Let's give them the money to shut them up. Like they could have said no. They didn't have to.
Right.
It helps them. You know, he got them. Not just him. You know, Anquan Bolden is part of it. You know, just the other guys. They all.
Do you think $90 million is light over 7 years though, compared to what the NFL generates as revenue?
It's a start. It's better than zero.
I mean, Goodell you're talking $50 million a year though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a start. They don't have to put into anything. I mean, and like you said, it's not about the money. It's the resources that they give them now.
If they do something like the breast cancer awareness and the salute to service, as big as those campaigns are across every stadium, if they do something like that for injustice, then I mean that's a win. You got to take that.
I mean, it's just a step. It's a step towards making it bigger, and I think that this is a huge step. I mean, they use their platform in order to get it out there, and it's nothing that I don't see how someone can knock it or talk down on it. It's nothing to talk down on it for me.
Word. So staying with football, let's look at. I put the rosters up, and I know we've talked about this a little bit. The conversation has been on, I believe, 97.5 as well, and then just people in general just talking about how good this Eagles defense is and comparing it to the great defenses that we've seen over the years. So obviously this comparison and team is going to be compared to the last team that went to the Super Bowl in 2004.
Right.
And then I've heard some comparisons to the 1991, probably best top 5 defenses ever. There's nowhere to compare that as well, because I'm looking at this list of Eagles players. It might be two Hall of Famers on. No, that was obviously Reggie's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Jerome didn't get in, but he didn't play long enough, right? He would have got in though. Is Eric Allen a Hall of Famer? I don't think so. Andre Waters. Andre Waters is up to being a Hall of Fame, ain't he? Even though he was in Seattle.
Yeah.
Isn't it Waters? I'm
trying to think. Do we? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Waters.
I'm just saying. I don't know if is he up for it?
Is he up for it?
Past. Like that's a long time.
Yeah. There's Clyde Simmons, Seth Joyner. There's some big names on that defense. So I think the real comparison is between 2004. Yeah. So this is this defense on 2004, and I forgot they got players.
So they got Darwin Walker, Corey Simon. You got Javon Curse,
Burgess. Did Burgess make it all the way, or did he get traded, or did he get hurt?
I think Burgess made it because it was him and Jerome McDougal too.
Okay.
Dan McDougal.
And McDougal was a mop, Florida State, right?
Yeah, he sucked.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be good.
Yeah. You hearing Mark Semino? I remember Mark Semino.
Yeah, linebacker, he stunk too.
Yeah, Trotter, Dehani Jones.
Then you got the corners. You had Sheldon Brown, Lito, Dawkins, and Michael Lewis.
Correct.
Yeah.
I forgot about Walker. Walker was on the low, good.
Yeah, Darwin Walker was good.
Yeah, he was good.
Corey Simon in the middle was just like two big tree stumps.
Right.
It was hard to move those guys, but the fact
Lito was a first team All Pro that year too.
I told you that. Yeah, Lito was a dog, man. He was a dog.
We had 4 Pro Bowlers in that defense: Trotter, Lito, Lewis, and Dawkins. And the funny thing, Trotter didn't even start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that the year he had to make his way back? When he was
from Washington. Right?
Yeah, and he was on special teams for a little bit, and then he took over in the middle.
Yeah. But Sheldon didn't make it that year.
No, Sheldon didn't make it that year.
So you got 3 Pro Bowlers in the secondary. Now, like we talked earlier this week, if I can mix and match, that'd be awesome. I'd take Brian Dawkins and Malcolm Jenkins at my safeties.
Right.
Give me
Trotter. I'll take Trotter.
Absolutely. Give me Trotter. Give me Hicks. And I'll take Nigel Bradham. Think he'll complement them well. My corners, I'm going to go Lito Shepherd, Sheldon Brown, Darby.
Okay.
Then my line, going Fletchy, Javon Curse, Jernigan, and Brandon Graham.
Yeah, I like it. Even though I like Corey Simon and Darren Walker, they're somewhat comparable as a tandem, but I mean
they don't get after the quarterback like those two tackles.
they don't. And then
But it's funny.
Corey has 5.5.
I was gonna say he had 5.5 sacks.
He had 5.5 sacks, and then Darwin had 4.5. Yeah.
So it's not like
But I think these two are bigger and more athletic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They do more.
Yeah.
But to compare the two defenses,
I think I said this before. I'm going to our defense this year. It's just because our rotation at D line is just ridiculous.
yeah, I'll take our front four without a doubt. But secondary wise, I'll take that secondary.
Because I'm looking at some of the dang, I forgot about Dorsey Levens. Dorsey Levens was on that team. Yeah.
25. He was a mob by then. Brian Westbrook was the worst.
Yeah, absolutely. That's in Westbrook's prime.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the backup defensive lineman on this team.
McDougal.
Oh, well, Hugh Douglas was there too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hugh.
I don't mean.
A little rotation.
I'm trying to see the tackles. It's hard to look at them. Yeah.
I don't think their depth was nowhere near ours.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest difference.
Yeah.
Ike Reese was on there. Ike Reese was a Pro Bowler, special teams.
Yeah, special teams, yeah. Then he went and started in
Atlanta. Yeah, he got money too.
Yeah.
Is it crazy that Donovan's never thrown for what's once got 28 touchdowns? I feel like that's a shamble that Donnie's doesn't have that record for most touchdown passes for Eagles history. It's only 31.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I thought he had more. I thought he did have a 30, and he never had 30 touchdowns.
He never had 30 touchdowns in his career in 1 year.
Even with T.O., what was his
I think that was his high. I think he had. I'll tell you right now.
The thing about Donnie though, man, he didn't turn the ball over that much, so his touchdown to interception ratio was.
Oh no, he had 30. He had 31 this year.
Yeah, I know he had 30, at least 30 that year.
Yeah. Why do you touchdowns 20? Yeah, he had 31. He had 31 that year. Yeah. My bad. I know he doesn't have the record. There's some other guy named like Sonny something. I've never heard of him. So speaking of quarterbacks, is it too early to have Wentz be the face of the NFL? Because they're already trying to.
The face of the NFL, yes.
They're already trying to serenade him.
Yeah, it's
if we win the Super Bowl.
If we win the Super Bowl, then it's not too early. But I mean, even at MVP, if he gets MVP, then.
He's not favorite. I mean, Brady's still favorite, but everybody thinks Wentz is going to win it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If he gets the MVP, then shit. The MVP is the face of almost the face of the NFL
and
at that time.
Great segue. Who's your MVP of the NFL?
Carson Wentz.
Offensive Player of the Year.
Offensive Player of the Year. That's a great one.
I'll go back to it because I had a tough one with that one too. Defensive Player of the Year.
The kid Lawrence out of
Dallas,
yeah. Because what he's doing.
I like Campbell from Jacksonville.
Yeah, Calais Campbell.
Yeah.
But he played all season. Lawrence, he was suspended 4 games in his league.
That's true.
And leading the NFL in sacks.
Yeah, that's true. And they said Wagner was looking like it, but he's a little banged up.
Yeah.
So I think he fades. I think this one's easy. Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's got to be Kamara.
Yeah. Definitely. Him. I was thinking him. At first, I looked at Deshaun Watson, what he did in such short time, but he's hurt.
Yeah.
He definitely would have.
He would have been a shoe in for that.
Kamara in New Orleans is definitely a stud.
And then
I forgot who I was thinking of before.
What, Fournette?
Somebody else. Nah, it wasn't Leonard.
I can't think of anybody.
Yeah, Kamara, yeah. I
Nobody else stands out to me.
Yeah.
Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Shit, it probably would have been Lattimore. Lattimore if he didn't get hurt.
I think it still is. They graded him out, yo. He graded out better than Revis did in his best year.
I gotta see if he don't play the rest of the year, then it might not be him. It could be defensive player of the year.
Yeah, defensive player.
I'm thinking. Who
Or did I say defensive rookie?
No,
I'm sorry. I said defensive rookie.
I was just thinking of somebody else. I was going back to defensive rookie of the year. But yeah, I'm not even. I will have to go Lattimore.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's a clean sweep. I got another Saint here too. Most improved player. I was thinking Aguilar, but I went Mark Ingram.
Of the whole league, Aguilar now.
Well, I went Aguilar just because just the turnaround. What does he got? If he gets to 10 touchdowns, yes, he's got like 8, almost 7.
Yeah, he's not gonna get most improved.
If he got 10 touchdowns, no.
Not on a national stage, no.
10 touchdowns is a lot, bro.
No, it is. It is.
I'm about to look up how many he has. I think he has 7.
Yeah, I think he got 7. He got the fumble, made it 7.
Yeah, that makes sense. I went Ingram though, Mark Ingram.
I like Mark Ingram. I always liked him. He's just,
especially if he ends up leading the league in rushing. I know he's up there.
He just needed a back to compliment him.
Right, and Coach of the Year, Dougie P. Yeah, I like it.
Him or McVay, but I go Dougie.
Yeah, I go Dougie. Damn, we missing a good one, man. We got hurt his joint up. Stanford came back strong.
Did they?
21-24 USC. Still in the third quarter though.
USC up?
Yeah, USC.
Yeah, it was.
But it was 17-7 though, I think.
No, it was 17-14 at halftime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was only up 3.
I thought I saw 17-17. All right, let's go to what we do. A lot of tough games this week, man. First game of the week, Detroit versus Baltimore. Baltimore is favored by 3.
I'm going Detroit. I think Detroit beats Baltimore.
Yeah,